Oh man, 1788 was the worst year ever. 3 hurricanes, a major fire that destroyed 80% of the city, yellow fever epidemic, and then on Christmas Eve in 1788, their great benefactor, King Charles III, was dead. What would...
Do you know what it means to miss New Orleans and miss her each night and day? I know I'm not wrong, 'cause the feeling's getting stronger the longer I stay away. Miss the moss-covered vines, tall sugar pines, where mockingbirds used to sing. And I love to see that lazy Mississippi hurrying in to spring.
Strange splendor indeed. Notable of a city that had lost 80% of its building stock in a fire 13 months earlier. People who had sobbed and buried kith and kin in the train of death over recent months from fever plague. Members of the illustrious body, survivors all, sat in pews lit up by gigantic candles to mourn a king they had never seen. World, in a very real sense. They were celebrating themselves and their endurance. That's a funeral. The Cabildo report of Carlos III's funeral is the first account of musicians parading to honor the dead in New Orleans.
When I die, you better take the line. When the angel, when they meet me at the gate, I'll be
the second line.
Drop me off in New Orleans.
What separates the second line from any other parade is you get to participate. Up front, you have the parade group and the band. That's the first line. Back behind, that's where you come in. Friends, neighbors, anybody watching the parade can follow along. That's the second line. The only requirement is that you put a little strut in your step. Second.
Gotta love this must be way down south in New Orleans. If you're not from New Orleans, let me hear you scream. Hope you're still together now, like my homeboys do.
Now hush, baby. Mama gonna fix you a plate. Gonna get you some second line and some gospel. Every little thing gonna be alright. Law, child law.
Down and out, and you feel there's no way out. You get dropped off in New Orleans. If you're not from New Orleans,
While they were second lining the death of King James III, they had no idea what was coming at them. It was like drawing the Tower card from a tarot deck. The Tower card predicts sudden, overwhelming, unavoidable catastrophe. Most people would rather draw the Death card than the Tower card. Of course, the guy told me all of this right after I drew the Tower card. Then he concluded, but you seem to thrive on that. That was actually about 3 years ago. Think about it. They had no idea what was coming their direction.
let me hear you scream. Hope you're feeling better now, like my homeboys do. When you feel down and out, and you feel there's no way out, you get dropped off in New Orleans.
How about a random shout out to one of my old friends in Phoenix, Mr. Matthew Crespin. Hi, Matthew. Mr. Doolin loves you, baby. Come see about me. The French Revolution led to the rise of that Corsican disturber of the peace who was going to wreck empires in Europe. In 1790, there was a huge violent slave uprising in Saint-Domingue, which is now Haiti. The only time in history Africans successfully overthrew their overseers. That sent waves through the whole slave trading world. Matter of fact, by 1807, the British had outlawed the importation of Africans. By 1808, the Americans had outlawed the importation of Africans. The ones who were here stayed slaves and became a breeding stock. They were then called Creoles, meaning from here, like
on piano. Captain Morris on piano.
Also in the summer of 1789, the 13 individual states came together in Philadelphia and understood their Articles of Confederation weren't working, so they wrote the United States Constitution. And the United States was born in 1789. It was pretty significant, actually, that they reintroduced the world to the concept of government by consent of the governed.
Gary Anderson on the boom boom. Dirty Rice on washboard. Let me hear you scream. Hope you're feeling better now, like my homeboys do. When you live it down and out, and you feel there's no way out.